What's up? Welcome in. Last game in Soldier Field for the season. First one of 2022. Happy New Year, my friend.
Happy New Year.
And the Bears win relatively easy.
Big win, huh?
They had this thing done with in 8 seconds.
they did for Mike Glennon. What should I say? Mike Glennon. but yeah, good way to start the new year. Good for this defense to be resilient, but what's really left to say about this team? But, winning is better than losing, Adam.
Yes, and I do actually agree with Matt Nagy. He's trying to sell it a little bit and making sure people realize how much this team has not quit on him. I think that's accurate and fair and fine, but I think we still understand what's probably coming. I couldn't help but notice Andy Dalton was down here on the field below us. If you're watching on YouTube earlier, taking pictures with his family. Probably his last game here in Soldier Field as a Bear, you would have to think.
If we do this long enough, we may even see the Nagys come out.
It's interesting. You think so?
Yeah, maybe. I don't think I've seen them take pictures together in a while on the field, but
yeah,
could happen.
Well, it was an emotional day here at Soldier Field. I know a tough day for us. We just had a nice toast in the press box, which was nice. A nice touch from John Greenberg from The Athletic, bringing in some of Jeff Dickerson's favorite wine.
Prisoner.
So that was a nice little moment. I gotta. Actually, I was doing okay all day, and then it got a little emotional there at the end. And I'm like, all right, I got to regroup again. It was good to have a football game today, quite frankly, to talk about and watch, even if it was the Ryan Pace Bowl between Mike Glennon and Andy Dalton.
I could not help but think, as this game played out with some of its just hilarious moments where Sean Hockley is like yelling at the fans, like JD would have been laughing, like with us. Like there's certain moments, like you look over and he'd be just incredulous. Like this is happening, we're here, and this game had this game had so many of these moments.
Sean Hockley was like literally yelling at the fans at one point, like trying to explain the rules of why a play wasn't reviewable, and he's like
very stern,
clearly frustrated.
He did his best to like keep his composure, but he was clearly annoyed.
Inside, he was losing it. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, JD would be losing it right now. As well here in the press box. So nice to have some levity and honestly good just to have a football game today is a little bit of a distraction. So we'll talk about, I think the biggest story is Robert Quinn. What a season this guy has had.
Outstanding.
We certainly did not see it coming after what we saw last year, but a good reminder, and even he pointed it out after the game, some of his teammates pointed it out, like this is a guy that was diagnosed with a brain tumor when he was 17 years old. So he's fought through a lot of stuff in his life. And so if anybody was going to fight through a bad season from last year and come back with the way he has, it's a pretty cool story in what has otherwise been a forgettable season for this guy.
And Mike Glennon, for as bad as he was, made him earn it. When, again, another one of those moments of hilarity where Mike Glennon appears to be sacked. Usually, whistles are blown, everybody's breaking it up, and there he is pitching the ball away and, negating Robert Quinn's first sack of the game. Potential first sack.
I also thought, I don't know if fitting, so I couldn't even think of the right word. You tell me, but just the fact that a year ago we were comparing Robert Quinn's contract to Mike Glennon's contract is the two worst under Ryan Pace. So for it to come against Mike Glennon, again, I don't know if that's fitting. I don't know if I don't know how to describe it really, but it's at least interesting.
If you break a record held by an 85 Bear, the sack man, it's Richard Dent's nickname, the sack man. If you sack the sack man's record, that's something special. For as bad as this season is, for him to have that after what happened last year, and just for who he is, by all accounts, great guy. On and off the field, somebody you want in your locker room. It's a good story.
Robert Quinn said he talked to Richard Dent yesterday, and Richard Dent was sure to remind him that he got his 17 and a half sacks with only 10 starts.
Yes.
He did play 16 games of that season. It was just he was still young in his career and coming up, so he had 10 starts that season. So nice little reminder.
And Mr. Dent, it also helps to play next to Dan Hampton, Steve Mongo McMichael, Wilbur Marshall. Just, give Robert Quinn his due.
Yes, a little bit different here. Not quite the same front overall. But nonetheless, really impressive by Robert Quinn, especially considering he's really took off after Khalil Mack went out. That's part of why this is so impressive. I also like Matt Nagy calling timeout. I don't know if the Giants were necessarily rushing But it just sure seemed like the next play was coming pretty quick, and so Nagy just banged the timeout there. It's nice when you're winning 29-3, you can waste a timeout like that. It wasn't a waste. It was just it was a good use of a timeout, quite frankly, just to allow the crowd here, which was limited with the weather and everything and the Bears' record, but there was still a nice crowd here, and they gave Robert Quinn the recognition he deserved.
It's a great way to recognize arguably your best player the entire season. Someone who didn't give up on you, someone who didn't give up on your team, someone who didn't give up on himself, and goes out and breaks a historical record held again by an 85 Bear. Good for Matt Nagy.
Yeah, I thought that was a good moment, and good job by Matt Nagy, Matt Nagy's having a good week, actually. He's handled the. I know we both thank him, and we all do as media members of just the way that he's treated Jeff Dickerson's situation for actually a couple weeks now, even. But then he donated $7,600 to the Parker Fund. That number specific because of the story he told earlier in the week, which was that Jeff Dickerson, JD predicted that the Bears were going to draft Tevin Jenkins, and that ended up coming true. And of course, Tevin Jenkins wears number 76. So nice little gesture there from Matt Nagy and his family to contribute. And then you add in the Robert Quinn stuff today, and he's had a good week.
Now, I mean, Tevin Jenkins didn't play today, but that's okay. That's another conversation for another day.
Well, he did finally at the end.
He did, yes. But that's something for another day, maybe for a different regime. But yes, Matt Nagy, if this is it, Matt Nagy's going out with class.
Another thing JD would have been talking about in the press box today. Why isn't Tevin Jenkins in the game? It's like, nice, the guy I predicted you would draft. Come on, put him in.
Mm-hmm. What the heck?
Yeah, so that was bothering me too. I'm like, I was willing to buy the argument that Jason Peters should start playing. He's been your best lineman all season. If he's healthy, I actually do. I'm cool with the idea that he's earned it, even though these games are. I also see the other side of that too. If you want to come out and be like, no, Tevin Jenkins, deserves the playing time or should get the playing time just because they need to develop him, I'm here to listen to that as well. But I can understand it. What I didn't understand was you're midway through the third quarter, the game's over, it's a blowout. Thank you, Jason Peters, for everything you've done this season. You could start again next week in Minnesota, but let's put Tevin Jenkins in the game and see what he can do.
I saw it a few ways. Let's not forget that Tevin Jenkins, he has a shoulder problem, had a shoulder problem,
but he practiced in full.
Yeah, but then that's like they're really practicing anymore. Yeah, true, right? But at the same time, Matt Nagy's message there, he did another veteran good. It's like calling the timeout for Robert Quinn. He's extremely thankful for Jason Peters, even the stuff that Jason Peters has provided Larry Borum and Tevin Jenkins off the field, some invaluable life experiences, like learning how to be a professional football player they got from Jason Peters. So he's doing another veteran right. That's the way I viewed what he said.
Yeah. No, and you could debate whether or not he really should be doing the stuff for the veterans over the developmental rookies. But you know what? These are, quite frankly, the types of things that happen in the NFL when you're sort of in this
and that stuff just to further that conversation, that stuff carries weight, with other teams and when players are talking about which organizations to join. We both believe Matt Nagy's down to one more game, but maybe he gets another chance. He'll get another job in this league. I know some people watching or listening may disagree with me, but I 100% believe he'll get another chance somewhere. Maybe not as a head coach right away, but he'll get another chance as a quarterback's coach, some type of advisor. I mean, these guys go around and find jobs. There's still people who respect Matt Nagy, Andy Reid, Doug Peterson, wherever he lands. There's people that will like Matt Nagy being on their staff.
He'll probably be Alabama's offense coordinator in 2 years.
Only at Alabama do you have NFL minds that come through there every other year to run your offense.
I mean, look at Mel Tucker now. I can see Nagy being a good college coach.
Are you telling me it wasn't a coaching problem but a personnel problem with those defenses in 2013, 2014?
Yes, I am. It was really bad. All I know is it was really bad.
Oh, the memories. The memories.
So, I did feel like the Bears were going to win this game. We didn't do the predictions the other day with our big, long JD episode, and I thank you. We both appreciate all the comments and all the feedback on that. So thank you for everyone for kind of understanding the situation, and it didn't really seem... Not only did it not seem appropriate to preview this game, really, I didn't really want to. So,
actually, JD would have mocked us.
Yes,
for going into the great team going into great detail or breaking down what Mike Glennon can actually do against the Bears defense.
But that being said, I really did not see how the Giants were going to be able to score points today.
No.
And they're just that bad. Negative 10 net passing yards, though.
I just liked how eventually they just stopped passing. They came out in
early.
5 wide, like empty set, right? And then like he gets sacked, stripped. Okay, we're done passing.
They're like, wait a minute, that was a bad idea. We probably should not have called the empty set on the first play.
Like Mike Glennon was bad. Like I don't want to. I'm like piling on the guy. Like Mike Glennon was bad for the Bears in those 4 starts, but not that bad. Like I don't know what's going on with the Giants.
He was pretty bad, though.
Bad. It was pretty bad for the Bears, but not that bad.
I said this on the pregame show this morning. You know, Ryan Pace gets killed for the $18 million that he gave Mike Glennon. I still think it's worse that the Arizona Cardinals gave him $5 million after that, what he did with the Bears.
And he's still in the league. Which, with all due respect, quarterbacks have like 9 lives.
Right, and I could see him being fine in the quarterback room and being like an okay third stringer. I don't want to back up.
Yeah.
But, the Bears have played him twice in 2 years now.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll be on the Giants again next year, but they do play in New York next season.
I had this. Let's see if I can remember what I wrote in my column. So if you're reading this, correct me if I'm wrong. But this was like the Bears quarterback life coming like full circle, right? You had Mike Glennon playing against Andy Dalton, who was signed to replace Nick Foles, who replaced Mitch Trubisky, who replaced Mike Glennon, who replaced Jay Cutler, who just happened to be in the building today to watch Mike Glennon versus Andy Dalton. Like, think about that.
That's right.
That's wild. That is absolutely wild.
I wonder what Cutler was thinking sitting here today, watching this.
Yeah.
Like, I could have played it.
Good thing Phil donated me gave me $54 million guaranteed. That's also my column.
Whoa, Phil Emery's contract for Jay Cutler?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just because Cuddy was here?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I was walking down to do my radio hit, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait a minute.
Hair looking good?
That was Jay Cutler.
I think he had a hat on. The throwback starter? Okay.
I think he had a hat on, and then he had some type of starter-like jacket. It said Bears on the back.
Okay.
It was like a like a Letterman's jacket.
Okay.
Yeah. Type deal. I was like, whoa, okay.
Good for him.
I think he had his kids with them. So cool. I mean, it's good.
New Year's in Chicago.
Yeah. I don't have much else to talk about with this game, quite frankly.
No,
the offense still not good. Mm-hmm. We should talk about the my favorite play, and then the play that might cost me a fantasy championship.
What was your favorite play? Because I thought that would be it.
Well, anytime you want to put nose tackle in at full, I'm all for it. Mm-hmm. I mean.
Took out 2 guys.
And then I don't know if Mooney gave away some future plays, but he said that Tonga used to actually carry the ball at BYU. So, like, I don't know if there's more wrinkles in there where he might get the handoff. One more week to find out, I guess.
Yes.
I love seeing the fullback game, especially because it was so fast. It was the second play of the game. It's like, oh, Tonga's in on offense. And they...
I'll say this. Some of it reminded me of, like, It reminded me of the 2018 Bears, like Matt Nagy's best season, right? Where the defense is creating all these crazy turnovers. You got nose tackles playing, being your leading blocker. You have a trick play at the end. It felt straight out of 2018. So that had to feel good for Matt Nagy.
Yeah. And then there was the
That's what it is. Yeah.
Wildcat jump pass, which I'm not bringing this up to take any credit. I'm just pointing out how predictable it was. Didn't you think he was passing before the play?
Yeah.
Like, I could tell they're in Wildcat. I'm like, they've been setting this up all season. I know there's a pass in here somewhere in this, all the Wildcat they've been using. It's 4th and 4. They're only going for this to, like, make some kind of, like, exclamation or just to have fun. Something wild. There's no way they were going to go for it there and just run the ball up the gut for 4 yards.
As they emptied the backfield.
He was trying to empty the playbook. And so I'm like, they're throwing the ball here. Now, it still looked like it worked.
It was open.
Montgomery just needed to make the pass. Good explanation, though, from Mooney after the game. They had been practicing that play at the 2-yard line, at the goal line, all week. And because this was, like, farther back, Montgomery has been... I kind of understood what he was saying. Like, he with the end zone there... You're thinking it's just like a little loft, like a 5-yard pass.
No, you need a little bit more.
And so just the place on the field where they ran it, I think probably extended the route a little bit more than it would have been had it been run at the goal line. And so maybe that's why he underthrew it. Regardless, what in my fantasy league would have been 4 points, it was -2 for the interception. That's a 6-point swing. And I may end up losing my fantasy championship game on that play. So I will not be writing a column about how Matt Nagy should get an extension.
How much money?
I don't know.
You're not going to say, okay, don't worry about it.
It's a few $100 at least. Yeah.
It stinks.
So, that stinks.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I had Jamar Chase. He had like 57,000 points today.
Yeah, the Bengals won.
But I might still lose, so that hurts. Hey, you just got to be honest sometimes about our...
Our next partner is a product that I use every single day. I started taking Athletic Greens because I wanted to feel better. I wanted more energy in the morning and throughout the day. I wanted to help my immune system. And you know what? I love it. It doesn't taste like it's super healthy. It kind of has a mild tropical taste, and I actually look forward to taking it in the morning. What is this stuff? With one delicious scoop of Athletic Greens, you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and more to help you start your day right. This special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, your recovery, your focus, and aging. It's all the good things. It's lifestyle-friendly, too. We're talking keto, paleo, vegan, dairy-free, and gluten-free. It supports better sleep and recovery, and it supports mental clarity and alertness. Athletic Greens is recommended by professional athletes, and it's trusted by leading health experts. It also has over 7,000 5-star reviews. Better yet, Athletic Greens is also climate neutral certified, and it makes donations to help kids in need. So right now it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition, especially heading into flu and cold season. It's just one scoop in a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/Adams. Again, that is athleticgreens.com/Adams to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance.
It hurts.
Yeah.
A little bit. All right. Well, at least there was some fun gimmickry to watch.
It was a fun game that felt like 2018. And good for the Bears.
I don't know what's going on with Allen Robinson, though.
What do you mean? I thought he played all right.
You think so? I thought
the dude lost 10 pounds for COVID.
Yeah, that's true. But, like, I don't... Like, the interception didn't seem like he didn't run his route.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's okay.
I don't know. I guess that doesn't really matter anymore. Any other final thoughts?
No, it was good. Again, I think my favorite part of the day was the toast for JD.
Yeah.
It's not often you get to drink wine in an NFL press box anymore. So to do it here at Soldier Field, to see his spot nicely adorned, decorated, gonna miss him.
Yeah, class stuff from the Bears all the way around. I know we appreciate it. They had, you can see it on our Twitter accounts. They had his press box seat reserved and some pictures up and just a nice note there as well. And then I heard it was your idea to put the wine bottle next to it. That was smart.
I did. Yeah, that was.
So he loved the Prisoner, which that was the first time I've actually tried it because I'm not much of a wine drinker.
I've had a few bottles of Prisoner with JD.
And
you hooked?
Pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
It's darn good.
Yeah. And so it was John Greenberg and I think Brandon
Faber of the Bears put it together.
Yeah. So
thank you guys.
Yeah. So we were able to have a little toast after the game. And, it was nice. It's been a tough day. Been a tough week. But again, I have to say it was kind of nice to have some football too. And so
I think we'll be back on Wednesday.
Yes, there will not be an episode Tuesday because of JD's services. Wednesday we will be back, and then one more game last week, and then we
where else?
Minnesota again. It's Mike North, everyone else who handles the NFL scheduling. Love Minnesota, one of my favorite places. A lot better in September than January. Just throwing that out there. But yeah, this time it's week 18, so even farther into January. We will be in Minnesota.
Colder.
And the season will end. And then we'll probably have another head coach fired. We're also used to that happening after being in Minnesota, rushing back, and then the whole deal. And then we'll be in a coaching search. And it's almost like the whole thing's on repeat all the time. I can't explain it. It was cool that one time though they made the playoffs. Actually, they did it twice. I don't even count. Do you forget? I forget all the time that was actually a playoff.
That was last year.
Yeah,
that was last season.
But didn't it not even feel like a playoff game?
Well, you get the.
It felt like week 18.
Playing the Saints.
Yeah.
8-8. Maybe that's why they created the. Yeah. I'm done joking around.
All right, we're out of here. Follow us on Twitter. Check out the JD shirts, sweatshirts that are on obviousshirts.com. Of course, all of our stuff's there too, but right now, the JD sweatshirts, they are up, and 100% of the proceeds going towards Parker's Fund. And I have to just throw out a shout out to Joe from Obvious Shirts. Like, when it's 100%, they still have to pack and file all those orders and get all those orders out. Like, it's a lot of work. So for a business, like, it's a considerable donation by Obvious Shirts and great people there. And so I know I appreciate it, and I know we all do. So, and they're awesome sweatshirts.
Yep.
Like, the guys were wearing it on the football after show on NBC Sports Chicago. Pat O'Donnell and Patrick Scales, I think, showed up to the game today with them, which was cool. So it's on top of it, it's a great shirt, a great sweatshirt too for a great cost. So make sure you check those out, obviousshirts.com. We're on YouTube, where you could be watching this as we say goodbye to Soldier Field for this season. And I don't know what it'll be here next year, but
we'll be back.
More football of some kind. Hopefully Justin Fields is playing more. Maybe he'll play next week against the Vikings. I don't know.
Third quarterback in 3 weeks.
Yeah, check it out. His stuff's on The Athletic, theathletic.com/Hoge Jahns, NBCSportsChicago.com.
See ya.
Anyway, who cares?